R2-D2, you know better than to trust a strange computer.
The following are interesting Easter eggs that have been spotted in Season 1 of the Star Wars The Clone Wars television series. First up, in the premiere episode Ambush, the targeting display screen for the Republic frigate appears to have a tried-and-true Corellian design. It's the same orange against red grid seen aboard the Millennium Falcon in A New Hope. Also, a green version of this display can be seen in the Separatist Command Center in the episode Innocence of Ryloth. The second escape pod in Rising Malevolence is designated Pod 1977, a reference to the release year of the original Star Wars. Another frequent Star Wars Easter egg number, 327, appears twice in Season 1. One of the troopers in Rookies was designated CT-327, and the Treadwell droid in Cloak of Darkness also went by this number. This is in reference to the Millennium Falcon being docked in Hangar Bay 327 aboard the Death Star and landing platform 327 in Cloud City. Additionally, in Episode 1, the Naboo starship is identified as a Nubian J-Type 327. The episodes Shadow of Malevolence and Destroy Malevolence featured references to designs in the films. The chairs at the briefing are basic office chairs with coasters, just like the chairs aboard the original Death Star. And the design of the railjet car draws inspiration from the Trade Federation MTT tanks from Episode 1. Downfall and Duel of the Droids introduced the Astromech droid R3S6. Nicknamed Goldie, the color scheme of the droid is an homage to series supervising director Dave Filoni's love for the Pittsburgh Steelers NFL team. The Steelers weren't the only NFL team referenced in the Clone Wars, however. It appears that the character Robinino in Hostage Crisis may be a New England Patriots fan. His backpack says Pats fan in Arabic. There were numerous designs in Season 1 inspired by works of original Star Wars conceptual artist Ralph McQuarrie. Among them was the Quetzal Ma in Bob and Jedi, which referenced an early Dagobah swamp slug concept, and the planet Maradon in the episodes Jedi Crash and Defenders of Peace was based on illustrations originally produced for Return of the Jedi. An earlier draft of the Jedi story depicted this grassland planet named Sycamon. The structures seen in the grasslands are Killik mounds, large abandoned termite-like hives from a supposedly vanished race. These structures became the basis of the seed pod designs seen used by the Lerman in these episodes. McQuarrie wasn't the only Star Wars artist whose work made it into the series. The city of Cliffhold and Mystery of a Thousand Moons is based on old Doug Chiang designs from The Phantom Menace. It is filled with Arabesk graffiti, including incidents of Jabo Hood's name scrolled on the walls, or simple illustrations depicting droids and clones. One building is even marked with a large Arabesk marquee that reads, Crystal Skull. There are also two more references to the Indiana Jones franchise in Season 1. The top of Senator Karras' staff in the Gungan General resembles the headpiece to the Staff of Ra from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the Ark itself can be seen in the possession of Wat Tambor and Liberty on Ryloth. However, it appears slightly modified to have Twi'lek cherubim atop the box. Here are a few other cool Easter eggs referencing popular culture. The sound and rotation of the Weequay pirate ship in Dooku Captured is very evocative of old-style 1950s ideas of UFOs, like those seen in Earth vs. the Flying Saucers. In Cloak of Darkness, the catwalks and clusters of cylinders that dominate the engine room are an architectural nod to the gravity control room found aboard the super-dimensional fortress SDF-1 from the Robotech series. And the spinning scope device on Captain Martuk's data goggles in Storm over Ryloth was partly inspired by the mechanical monocle worn by a Kodan fleet officer in The Last Starfighter. Bringing it back to Star Wars, the hallways in Blue's Shadow Virus featured a similar tube-like design to those on Cloud City. And finally, one of my favorite Easter eggs from Season 1 of Star Wars The Clone Wars was the appearance of the Astromech R2k. Nicknamed the droid with the heart of gold, R2KT was originally created by the R2 Builders Club in 2005 as a tribute to Katie Johnson, the 7-year-old daughter of 501st founder Albin Johnson. Katie was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer in 2004 and began to receive support from around the Star Wars community. As Katie's declining health struck her bedridden, the girl wished she had a droid to watch over her, like R2-D2 watched over Padme in Attack of the Clones. When Jerry Green of the R2 Builders Club heard about the Johnson story, he and his fellow builders organized a campaign to collect parts and assemble an R2 unit for Katie. In a few months, they constructed a custom, fully functional droid which they painted pink and named R2KT. According to Albin, Katie kept the droid by her bedside through her final days. R2KT has since been used to visit children's hospitals and spread awareness of pediatric illness by attending Star Wars events. The droid has also been the focus of various fundraisers. In 2007, Hasbro produced an R2KT action figure raising $100,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And in 2015, Mattel sold a Celebration Anaheim exclusive R2KT Hot Wheels collectible, donating the proceeds to Star Wars Force for Change. In total, R2KT has raised over $1 million for charity, and including her in the Clone Wars series was a fantastic nod. Well, that concludes this collection of Easter eggs from the first season of Star Wars The Clone Wars. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos I release. Until next time, may the Force be with you.
Do take good care of yourself.